This was reported by one Mr. Joseph Ishagora Ishagorokwe against Mr. Emmanuel OWOMI. Please, the both parties are live in our office. Kindly join us as we intervene there for peaceful resolution. Uh, Visit our website on www.socialdac.org.ng and other social media handles. Thank you. Okay, let's hear from you. Why did you report Mr. Emmanuel here?
Okay, I rented a three bedroom apartment in his house,
Okay.
and the rent is to run from April 2021 till March 31st next year. All right, so before I rented, I've asked him situation of water and everything. He said water was not an issue in his house. The house was okay except for the glass door, which was broken and he will fix. Moving into the house 3 days after we moved in, it rained at night. We were sleeping and we just started having water pouring on our body. So we woke up and discovered it was flooding, like the house, water everywhere. We moved to the sitting room, it was worse. So that night we didn't even sleep, shifting our things like that. In the morning, I went straight to his house, knocked at the door because he lives in the compound too. The moment I knocked at the door, his wife was the first to come out. And the first statement she made was, "Water, Abi, we are sorry. Daddy was talking about it in the night." So he also came out, stood by the balcony and said, "I should not worry. He is going to fix it. He's going to get people to fix it." We subsequently, he brought in carpenter to work on the roof. But then after they finished everything, for a while it didn't rain. But anytime it drizzled, I still saw sign of droppings, which I called his attention to it. When the rain started falling properly, I discovered that the flooding was still worse. And I let him know. He said he was going to bring the person back to do it. He didn't. The person didn't get to come. Later, he said the person had traveled. The person was on traffic, was coming back to Lagos. Later, the person is sick. That's how the issue kept going till, when I moved in also, I discovered he said he was the only one that pumps water in the house, which I felt, well, as long as I have my water, because we paid 1,000 naira monthly for the pumping of water. So as long as I have my water, fine. So he pumps the water. But on this particular day I was coming, he just said to me that he can't be pumping this water every day again, that the machine is getting weak, which I didn't say. I said, okay, I moved. I didn't even say a word to him. Not long after that, from the machine getting weak, we started not having water. And sometimes he would have water. He has 3 tanks, we have one and still and up and down. He would have water, we wouldn't have water. And sometimes I asked him, we are using one pumping machine, how comes you would have water and we will not? He said he doesn't know. It's also strange to him. He brought in some technical guys. All the guys that checked gave the same statement, that they have told him once he's pumping for one side, he can off the other side. If one side is filled up, he can on for the others. But there's nothing wrong with the pumping machine. Meanwhile, anytime these guys come, he will say it's our issue. We have to figure it out between me and the down tenant. So we will pay for their services. I didn't say anything, we'll pay for the services. But anytime they came, if the water ceased and they came, we'll have water for maybe that day and a few days, the water would cease again. Then eventually, it got to a point, said the pumping machine was not pumping totally, both for us and for him. So nobody had water. And he said the well needed to be dredged. By this time, already he was a little bit giving attitude towards me. So he was already avoiding me and giving attitude. So he sent the other tenants to let me know about the cost of the dredging, and I didn't say a word to her. Obviously, I was also not happy how that he was keeping mute about the condition of my house while wanting me to, always meet my own side of it. So I didn't say a word to her. He called me and said he sent for me, and she said I didn't say a word. I said yes. He asked what was the problem. I told him the problem was my leaking roof. Of course, I was also not happy because you had told me you dredged this well by February. He said no, I should not worry. The water issue is a different issue, from my leaking roof. This is an issue between me and him. It's not even an issue that the third party should be aware or anything. I should not worry. He's going to fix the roof. I didn't say a word to him. In the course of his talking, he suddenly turned and said to me, I should not let him change his mind. I should not let him change it for me. I didn't say a word. I went up. Later, I came down with the money. After the dredging had started, I came down with the money, gave him the money. He said I should hold the money. I said no, he should hold the money. He said I should hold it.
Summarize, I told you how long your time is.
All right. So eventually he didn't collect the money. The dredging was done. Then subsequently, later I called him one day when we didn't have water. Tell him we didn't have water. I said I should tell the students not around. Then he later called like 3 weeks later and said that I refused to pay the money. So he would not give water. He would not pump water. I said,
hey, sorry, madam. Dress back. I mean, the light, the passion.
Maybe
This dress.
maybe the gen. Hope is not the time.
Right.
The generator that.
Right.
All right. So he said he was not going to give water. I said I didn't refuse to pay. I gave the money, he didn't collect. So later I came back. I told him I was going to give him the money one time, but I felt like the injustice was becoming too much. He told me the well was dredged and whatever. Then before then, I was in the house in the morning. Somebody knocked and gave me a letter, and I read it. I discovered it was fit notice he brought to me, which I didn't say anything. The sweeper in the house, I met her. I said, why are you not coming? She said, because she brought somebody to be working for my wife, he sent her away that she should pay. That was what she told me. And there are other little services we paid that I didn't see, but I didn't care, like issue of security and the rest. I'm not saying security in the community, I'm not saying security in the house. We pay, but that's not my issue. The issue is that you didn't fix my roof and you are giving me quick notice.
So what do you want?
I want the refund.
Okay. Mr. Manuel, can we hear you, please?
Good morning, madam.
What is
Good
it?
afternoon.
Yeah.
You called me. On spending money on your credit. Then I said, I'm going to come on Monday, please, because since these days I'm not feeling fine because of my illness. So I made the journey today. I want you to see me live. And, you see, this gentleman, I don't know him from others. True to learn, that's my agent. That's why I come with him. He brought him to me. When he came to the house, the first tenant that left, they damaged the first sliding glass when it was packed. When I asked him, why did you break my sliding glass? He said, I paid for damage. I said, is that so? I said, it's all right. Because you pay for damages, you damage my glass, why can't you come for your refund? And you not spoil anything in my house. I said, okay, you can go. So when this man was coming over 5 or 6 times for the house, when I gave him the house, I said, please don't pay for damages for me. Somebody has packed sand in my eye. Please, I will fix everything right. Anything that happened to the house, if you are leaving, please replace it back. Then my agent said, Ogana, so you do. I said, that's my law. No problem. So we started. When he packed into the house, he packed into the house. So the first time rain fall and little drops, he said that Oga, the house is a leak for some places. I said, it's a leak. I said, okay, no problem. I will do it. I don't know what I want. I said I will do it. And I called the carpenter, Mr. Felix. He came there and he walked. When he walked, after the heavy rain falling on that place, I said, sit down your own. I went to call Mr. A1, who is a carpenter. He charged me 75,000.
He said they can't hear you.
Who said that?
Our member can't hear you.
Okay. He said I should do it back. I said I will do it. Then I now said, okay, AY, take 75,000. Go and fix this roof immediately. So he went. And he wants to cook some bitumen upstairs, where we used to amend some places. And I begged him, I said, do you have gas? He said, yes. He said he has gas. Portable cooking gas. I said, please help me. Give this gas to these people upstairs. They want to use it. Please. He said, okay, no problem. And he gave to them. And the man was working. When the man finished working in the house, everything, he said, okay, hold my balance 5,000. If you see any leakage, don't pay me. I said, is that so? That's okay. Then I thank him for the gas he carried. For them. He himself came to meet me front. He said, okay, people are working in this roof, but this man that worked now, 3 of them, they did a perfect job. I said, okay, no problem. Because it's my house. If anything damages, I'm the one going to suffer it. So I don't know what this man needs. So I said, okay, no problem. Then one they have a heavy rainfall. I said, I did not start this work. I will have allowed the rain to fall before I make decision. I said, I will have allowed the rain to fall heavily before I take decision with this carpenter.
So the rain is still falling. The roof is still leaking.
It's not leaking. It's not leaking, madam. He came to knock my door. I followed him. About 3 places bleeding from the wall.
I have pictures.
Oh God, you call me here. Let me explain to you. My dad did not see the place. That's why I tell you, I have the fear of God in anything I do. It's me that will spend my money. I did not ask you for one dime. I did not ask you for one dime.
You said there's a place leaking or what?
2 places leaking, or 3 places by the wall. One dining table, the parlor, and one in this room.
Is that not leakage?
It's not leakage.
What is
it's
it?
The design of the house.
That water should be entering the house.
Yes. It's bleeding from the wall. It's wet. And the man said he's coming to do it. Then I called him and said, come, this man is embarrassed. You cannot let that man have the drop water. Come and fix it back. He said, okay, I will do it. I will do it. Then when I called AY said, I'm at the state. I have some new job doing. After finishing the work, I will come and do the work for you. Then I went to meet him and said, look at what AY said.
Just concentrate. You don't need to people to be seeing it. I'm with you.
So I said, well, nothing I will say. When AY is less busy, you will come and finish your work. Full stop. This man does not greet me with his wife. He passed me and said, look at my age, I'm not of age. If you don't greet me, you talk to people, I repair the water for you. Water is flowing now. You do not pay the money and you are using the water. I said, okay, no problem. Stay on your own, I stay on mine. I've entered other problem again. I said, I've entered other problem again. That please, this man, I will repair his house for him. When the rent expires, he should leave. So that's all, madam.
But you told, when I spoke with you that day, you said you are ready to refund his money.
Okay, that's why I come with the agent. I came with the agent. He will discuss with the agent and then go and solve their problem. How many months he has stayed if he wants it. We go ahead.
How?
Is it not his money he said he wants?
Yeah.
He paid the money. The agent collected some money. So they should know how they will talk it. And my side, I have no problem.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yes, ma'am.
What I have seen that so many landlords, the issue of landlord we have in our offices that led to so many tenants staying 2, 3, 4 years and they are willing to go to court with landlord. Yes. Some of you landlords are to be held responsible for such behavior from tenants. Because one, you sound like a learned person, you look responsible, you are an adult, yes, that in your appearance any other person should respect you. You, by God's grace, you were able to build house in Lagos. Then, let's look at it from this angle. You are this young man. You are working or doing your business. Then you felt okay, you are in 1 room or 2 rooms. You decided to have a comfortable apartment by going into flats. Getting into the flat, you can see here, these are wallpaper all over. If he's the type that like wallpaper in his apartment, he put wallpaper, then all of a sudden it rained and the wall started bringing out water. One is going to damage the wallpaper. Secondly, no visitor will come to such apartment and look at the way, even if the wallpaper is not there, and have good look at that wall, because we all know how swollen or how wet wall look like when you visit people's apartments. We're not talking about even the water aspect of it. If your house is leaking and is not comfortable with what he paid for, he did not pay for a leaking roof.
No.
Neither a leaking wall.
No.
If you have told him your house is leaking,
how can I know?
Or excuse me, don't interrupt me.
Okay.
Yes, don't do that.
Okay.
I kept you quiet when you're talking, so you can't interrupt.
Sorry.
If the wall, he did not pay for leaking roof or leaking wall, and if eventually something of such comes up, all you need to do, you have to put him into consideration, because you cannot sit in your own room with your family and it's raining. Let me tell you one thing. The same building that my husband built house, and after roofing, we're in like a year or so. Then once it rains, you will see a lot of, there will be breeze from one place. One part of the room will be bringing out water as it leaking. They do it again and again. Who was even handling the case, we see that such person as a professional person, unknowingly to us, that who roofed the roof, contracted it to somebody else that is not even the real engineer that handled the place. And we have to contact somebody that rectified it. It is possible roof can leak. But if you discover your roof is leaking, you have to find immediate solution to that, because you can pay him for damages. If you have any proof or evidence or anything that the leaking roof or leaking wall have damage in your apartment, you can contact your lawyer. He will claim his damage, and any court you go to will award him, and you will pay him for that, because it's your house. You cannot say, how do I know it's leaking? It's your house. When he packed into the house, he was not throwing stone into the roof. You did never caught him throwing stone into the roof for you to say, okay, he packed in and he's the one that, punctured the zinc or whatever. You should put your house in order. If you are telling this guy, go and meet agents. Is agent the landlord of the house? No. Did agent take money from this guy without paying you? If you did not collect his rent, then you refer him to agent. But as long as the house belongs to you, you recognize him as a tenant that paid you money, or paid you money via the agent, and his money gets to you. You can't ask agent, what is agent? What is the involvement of agent? Agency fee, which is that 10% or 20%, which we will not ask him to demand from the agent, because agent get the house apartment for him. Are you okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, because I have to really ask you something hot. My head.
So, and at the end, that is only ground that you can refer him to agent. But you know what is happening in your house. If at the end of the day you keep having issue with this guy, if his rent expired, he can also charge you. He may not leave the house. He wants you go to court. Your house have caused so many damage to me. So if you are asking for rent, I'm not going to pay the rent, because I paid a lot for fixing my things. So we have seen several cases like that. And eventually the tenant will win you. So the best bet, fix the place, put that place in order. Because if the house is peaceful, they will be willing to stay there. But if the house is troublesome, you can't imagine paying someone for your house rent, and you will not have peace where you are living. You will not get your entitlement over what? Then I remember I spoke with you that day. We're talking about they said you paint, what is it called? You pump water at interval. Like every 2 days or 3 days you pump water. Why? Water should run 24 hours. I have lived in a building in 4 flats. I stayed in my own flat and we used the same pumping machine. The landlord was there and the pumping was positioned where anybody can pump. If there is light, it start off. Once there is no light, it off. And if you want to make it easy, if you feel anybody can go there, if they pump it, they will not lock or whatever, do a box. And you keep have the keys to them. Anybody that goes there to open it will know that the person. No, the pumping machine where they switch where it is supposed to be positioned where any of the tenant can pump. You must not be the one. If the pumping machine gets spoiled, where everybody is using the water, they know that they will pay to replace the pumping machine. I equally paid where I was living before I married. We are using the pumping machine. And anytime the pumping machine goes spoiled, they will call an engineer, will contribute money. Either we'll fix it or we'll change it to buy another one. Human being died. So how long will you protect a pumping machine? You pump once in a week or you pump 2 times in a week. They don't have water, and because you want to preserve the longevity of the pumping machine, no, it's not done anywhere. In as much as they are using it, they should know that once the pumping machine pack up, every other person will contribute money and they fix it immediately to avoid inconveniencing anybody there. So the pumping machine should be fixed where everybody can pump. If the pumping machine gets spoiled, they will contribute money, buy it and replace it. That is if it's something that they should, if it's not repairable. They don't need to preserve it and be pumping water at interval. It's not proper. Then another issue again is for now I believe the what is it called? The roof has not is still leaking. Or is it the wall or the roof?
It leaks both in the roof and in the wall. Man, let me tell you, that roof is so bad. If he pumps water and it's filled,
yeah,
and maybe for a long time the water is not off,
yeah,
there will be droppings of water will flow into the house. I have video of that. Water will start leaking into my house. Like the day I left here.
After they did it or before they did that?
After they did it, currently.
Please let me open this door. Go ahead.
The Tuesday I left here, we went out to church. We were pumping water that evening. By the time we came back from our doorstep, there was water. No rain, no. There was water because it was not, maybe it filled and was not closed early. So it ran down to my staircase. I have the picture on my phone. I snapped it.
Did you notice
the date and the time?
Did you notice what it's saying?
No.
Well, why won't I allow you to talk? Have I shut you from talking? I can't hear you.
I don't like God in my life. You understand me, madam? All this thing this man is doing. Since my spirit knows when he comes over 7 times for that.
No, sir. I asked you just a simple question. Are you aware of what he's saying? That if you
nothing like water, that. We did not. It doesn't even bother. Sometimes it doesn't. Even the water is full. Listen to me, madam. Because this man, when the water full, we off it immediately. Immediately. Like now, today, yesterday, I was pumping water for them when the pump has problem. It's because of the pump I was doing since morning. But it never bothered, nobody bothered because I don't play with water. I will not let them to suffer without water. So I don't know what this man wants from me. I don't know. I don't know what he wants from me. Wait, you don't know what he wants. If you can exercise patience, let that man come.
Eh?
Let that man come. Even before a week.
No, don't hit my table.
Sorry, madam. Say about a week, he should wait. He should wait. When that man come, he will come and finish his job.
Which man? For how long now? You had.
It's not my fault now. I paid
Hey, you look
now.
for somebody else. You can't because of 5,000 naira destroy somebody's apartment, property, sir.
Okay, madam, make a come with discussion. You should look for someone and give me. Yes.
And won't you say he conspired with the person to overbill
I
you?
don't doubt people. That's me. I don't doubt anybody in life. I don't. As you see me,
What happens? Is it that you can't get the person or you can't get another person?
I can get him now. I called him. He has come.
But he said the roof is leaking. If he keep calling, even if you come there 1 million times and the roof is leaking, will he stay in the apartment?
Madam, can you give me a week? Just a week. Let you have your time to do your. Just 7 days from now. Full stop.
Why are you shaking your head?
You see, I'm not a small boy.
You say why you are shaking your head, Oga?
It's just a short while, but my experiences with my landlord has been unbearable. Honestly, man. Sir,
if you know this boy cannot complain, because we will not want any complaint from that place. I'm just telling you. Because at the end of the day, if you disturb him, once the rent expired, both of you will go to court.
Oh, madam, I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah.
You understand me? One thing this man is
You're not afraid of court. You don't
if he sit down before you and tell lies, oh God.
What is the lie there?
Many things.
What is the lie? He said his roof is leaking, the wall is leaking. You confirm the wall. He said the roof is not leaking. Are you living with him?
Is it not my house?
Is it not your house? Are you sleeping in that room? Are you sleeping in his room?
Okay. Did they do that thing for you? But there's a sense is what you are saying, madam. I quite agree with you.
Where is the agent? Where is the agent? Agent, come.
You don't greet me, you pass me. Look my age, you walk
past. You don't answer my greeting. Not that.
Where is the agent? Now call the agent for me.
Call her for me, pastor. Say I'm not in your house. I'm a gentleman. I don't like talking.
Some agent brought him to the office. We don't need trouble in this office. I've said it to you. I'm just saying it to your president, and I'm saying it before the landlord present.
Now you bring up.
There is any report into this office again. Eventually this case will go court. Then the one face themselves here and pay him for his damage. That house should be fixed. And if he said he don't want again, look for, if he don't want the house again because of unnecessary problem, why he's still there, look for tenants. Why he's still in that house, look for tenants. Place your, what is it called? Place your vacancy there that the room is empty for renting. That is if the landlord don't have his money now to refund. Call another new tenant. Anytime they want to come, so that they will not come to your apartment to say they have gone to see your room. I don't want all this stress.
Yes.
If the house cannot be fixed within that 1 week, please, agents, put that house advert outside for vacancy. You have a tenant as fast as possible. Let the person rent the place. As they are paying you, calculate the month he has spent, give the money to him, give him 1 month to leave that house. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Madam, sorry, can I say one?
Yes, sir.
Ask this man, what do you want? Just for me. I'm going to be a baby professor.
The issue, what he got. Any other problem again?
Tell madam now.
Now what?
I did ration water for her.
I didn't
say you are the one that said it now, not him. But he said you pump it at Intaba that you don't. You told me, so I'm not talking about
the
you.
moment their water finish, they get water. It's none of their business. I'm a retired officer, so I don't have where I go to anywhere.
So the only thing you want to be doing in that house is to pump water.
Not be to pump water. If you can pump it, he can't pump it. When the pumping machine spoiled yesterday, because I pump for them, the moment they own food, the pump machine has problem. When I was working this morning, I was talking behind. He was hearing my voice. He was hearing my voice. The woman downstairs was hearing my voice. I tell the woman, I said, look, this morning I spent 3,000.
So if you are hitting this, is affecting. Now you have stopped it again.
Sorry.
That's why I say don't hit the table.
Sorry now. Sorry, please, because I'm not a small child.
Don't be angry. I say don't hit the table.
Not for you, madam. My soul is crying. My soul is bleeding.
What is the way out, sir? If this guy is comfortable, he will not come here to complain.
And that's why I tell you, say, give me 1 week. I will see the boy go back to the place. Simple.
You heard what I said. 1 week, give him 1 week. Let them try to fix the house. If after 1 week they can't fix the house, I've told agents should look for a new tenant to rent the apartment to. You as well can even ask any other agent so that you will not feel both of them connive. An agent will say they did not say new tenants.
Madam, look at my
No, sir. Not. I say let him not accuse both of you. Can't you understand my simple English?
Okay.
You can also contract it to another agent if you feel this agent, if you don't trust him, looking for a tenant there, because I would not want this case to come back again. The landlord said they should give him 1 week to fix the roof and the wall that is leaking. And I said after 1 week, because you'll be complaining, they will be coming there and the wall and the roof is still leaking. Give him the grace of say 1 week. Let him look for who will fix it. After 1 week, if it's not fixed, I've told the agent, he should look for another tenant to give out the apartment to. Then they will refund you your money. If he did not have the cash, to refund you to vacate the place while he fix it and give it to another tenant. So while you are there, if they see tenant, allow the tenant to access your apartment if you are comfortable with that. Otherwise, you will check what the water is damaging. If they cannot refund you, be calculating what the water is damaging. Shift your whatever till your rent expire. Then both of you will not argue when whatever damage will be refunded. So that is the only thing that you can do here. You can't do otherwise. Yes. If you have the money you want to refund you go. If he doesn't have the money because he did not even say that you and he, you will come out and complain and ask for money. So if money is not to be kept, you pay him money. If you have what to use the money for, he will use the money for something, for other personal issues. And it's the reason why I say let the agent give the apartment out. If you have the money to give, you must have, he will give it to you. Because nobody also needs wahala. No matter how troublesome landlord is, I believe some will get tired of trouble when they see some troublesome tenants too. And which I have not seen. What I'm seeing here is misunderstanding. Yeah. There's no misunderstanding which can happen between father and son. So please, let us just try whoever. Agent, please assist. See somebody that can fix that roof. Please, I need undertaking. You see somebody that can fix the roof, you can also assist him to get one. So that's to rectify, sort it out once and for all. Any other problem? Do you have any other complaint?
I just want to ask, if he does it within the course of 1 week, but he doesn't get to rain, you might not be able to verify it.
If it doesn't rain, are you going to drag the rain to come by? For is it not rain that you are complaining?
So
the sun pass inside that hole again to beat you.
What I'm saying that means I may have to wait till it rains.
Yes, now we're in August now. Definitely rain will fall in this month. Rain have not stopped falling. And you too pray. Let the problem to stop. Yes. You must not be having your mind. You must rain. The roof must leak. Did anybody want all this stress? It doesn't. If you stop, even you too pray. As this man is doing it, let this thing stop so that you too have rest. All this period will be coming. If you have something reasonable doing, don't you know that time is important for you to invest it in your work or business, other than coming here every day? Please, agent, you write the landlord name, his address, and write undertaking. That is, you write, I, Mr. Emmanuel, so person undertake to fix the roof of this guy's apartment within a period of 1 week. And failure to, the agent can rent out the apartment to a new tenant, and the rent will be refunded back to him.
You write like that.
Can you write it?
You write it.
One more thing, another undertaking, please.
Issue of I paid for agreement and didn't do any formal agreement.
If you pay for agreement, you need to give him agreement. They need to sign a booklet, an agreement that binds you and him in that house. And normally, before you collect money from your tenant, you're supposed to have tell the person the terms and conditions. What are the agreements you are renting the apartment to? Not the person after packing it, you now bring up with one agreement that is not comfortable to them.
We didn't even sign agreement.
That is what I'm saying. Now, if you paid for agreement, you are supposed to give an agreement.
Does this guy put that?
You just not back it.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm telling you the truth.
No, it's not about truth. He's talking about his rights. He paid for agreement. Where is his agreement?
He paid for agreement.
Yes.
For the apartment.
Yes.
And what do you want from us?
Mine was supposed to sign it.
He's supposed to give him a copy of his
He will
agreement.
give you the form. You ask for it.
It's not a form. It's not a form. If you don't have an agreement, then you refund the agreement fee to him. If he gave you an agreement fee, that agreement have to be written of such, then his money should be refunded back.
They will give you. What about the water money? I spend money this morning and you have a standing. So how far?
Which house?
How?
Eh?
The
money we used to repair water when you had 6,000 for 3 of this.
To do what? What did they fix?
That the water was that dredging of the well.
If you don't
Before
want to
I moved in February, he said he had dredged.
But you were there when they were
But you heard what he said. This was the same to say if you don't want to pay, forget it. I give you the money.
Don't you look my age?
That the well needs to be dredged.
10,000
water level.
Don't pay. But one day,
that the water level is low.
A child they born today will call his father.
That was when I asked why.
Don't worry. I know the village.
You say?
He said the well needed dredging. Though he told me before I packed that I just dredged in February. Now he said the well needed dredging. That was like May. That was when I asked that.
Did they spend money there to dredge the place?
Yes.
Why? Pay him the money
gave
now.
Him, he refused to.
You okay? Go and give him now. He said you should give him. You too. You short people too like trouble. If I stop now, you will ask me again. Can I talk something? Stop stressing me. I have other people to attend to. You gave him. Other people contribute. Why would you give him? If he said don't forget about and he asked for it, give it to him and go your way. You are too young for all this talk. You are using water and they dredge the place. Bring it, you did not bring it. Or you give him to say, don't disturb me. Keep it if you don't want to pay. Hold. Then you now use that as a yardstick not to pay.
I use my generator to pump water for you. Come on.
Is that not what they are paying 1,000 for?
No.
They need to pay. Is the water not in that? Are you buy water in that compound?
For the first tenant about to become and made me to buy water.
Eh?
He made me to buy water.
How?
Because the machine has problem.
How did he make you to have?
I want to call this Malam people.
Is it the one
that
did
not cooperate? Did not cooperate.
So if this guy is not in Lagos and you have issue in the compound to fix water, you will not fix it.
So
you are the one that.
No, you're talking to me that if I'm not in that compound, would you fix the house?
If him is not there, would you fix it? Haven't you see tenant that rent apartment and they are not living there? They traveled and they work outside the bed. They rent house in your house. So if the pumping machine got spoiled, would you fix it? Will you wait for him to come back before you fix it?
I will fix it.
When you are talking about cooperation that he allow you to go and fix it, is it the one that spoiled the machine?
Okay.
It's not the one that spoiled the machine.
Madam,
if he's there, as far as they spend money and all the tenants agree to pay the certain amount of money, he should pay his own part. Nobody will ask him not to pay. And if you're asking them to be paying 1,000 every month, whereas they are using borehole. Are they buying water?
Madam,
but you are complaining now.
What
you are using what is it called? You are using generators to pump water.
They will not buy fuel. Abba, madam.
How many tenants there?
We are just two. There are two.
Two tenants.
Yes.
And you are paying NEPA bill, and did they connect a separate line to NEPA?
It's a prepaid meter.
It's separate on the
We all have
on the,
on our apartment, but for the water home, we only give you the money to make the payment.
show to Madam first.
Okay.
What is this?
Within a week.
I've told you, Mr. Emmanuel, undertake. That is why you started.
Put that for up there. This is to make rain follow.
Mr. Emmanuel,
Yes,
undertake.
I'm telling you,
Mr.
who made
Emmanuel,
me follow?
undertake within the week. You say what?
No, I'm just telling you that if AY come and rain did not fall, I will not allow
Shift
it.
back so that you can continue. I don't want you to. Undertake. This is where you are supposed to write it. You now went up and started writing the top of this thing. You sign here, you give it to him to sign on the where you see complainant there.
Come. Let's see pharmacy there. We'll go
Where
there.
they all this?
Go buy drop. Let me eat. Madam, can I have the photocopy?
No, that is our document. Is this the land sale undertaking for?
Yes.
Eh?
That's last one.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. On that paper, that's the one.
Where is John? Go and do 200 and photocopy of this thing for Martha, please. The time Martha send her the signature of the person ID card they should do it. Don't wait for her to do it. Make photocopy of this thing and bring it for me. Yeah.
I go to buy my drop.
You go and buy your job. They will bring this undertaking. You will write first. You will sign where your space is after you write the undertaking. You can go and buy your drug, sir.
That's the.
All right, thank you, viewers, for being with us. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page on Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocacy Center. For more useful information, visit our website on www.hdbc.org.